Hello everybody, welcome to Charlesonian News Network. Today I'm bringing you absolutely breaking news about a war that is upcoming. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. The CFA, which was formerly known as the Alliance for Free Spawn, or the AFFS, has declared war on Glasopia, which just recently seceded from Lopad as an independent state. This comes after Slack, the owner of Glasopia, created several propaganda pictures depicting the former Alliance for Free Spawn and their former leader, Welky, in a negative light, showing him as some kind of giant space squid, and showing him being killed by Lopadian and Glasopian members. I'll put some pictures up on the screen here. Before this, though, the CFA was at war with Zaner on the behalf of these various victims of cavalierism throughout the server, including the United Empires and I believe Aglaria at one point. But they ended that war just yesterday, I think, only to have war declared today on Glasopia. Now, if we go back a little while, at the very end of last month, we had this group called the Clown's Justice, which was owned by a user by the name of Believed Magician, who joined during the Third Spawn War as a spy for the Alliance for Free Spawn. He went inactive and then all of a sudden came back and started raising hell. The entire world declared war on him. He was all excited, I guess, about fighting. And then it came out that he was using an exploit, a PvP exploit, to give him something like Strength 8 or something like that. So he was combat banned for 2 weeks. He came back after the 2 weeks, said he was going to continue the war, and has not been seen since. I do genuinely hope he comes back. He wasn't that bad of a guy. He just really liked PvP. Aside from that, though, on the topic of cavalierism, Zaner was a member of the Alliance for Free Spawn and was fighting against the Clown's Justice, but was kicked due to, the aforementioned cavalier activities, which also violates a statute that was put out by the former AFFS, now CFA, stating that they will not tolerate cavalierism from anybody in the world. In other news, earlier this week, the Peacekeepers and Mafia raided the NWA. It was set on fire by its owner, Hacker, who then left Lopad and since, I believe, has started his own SMP, so he's likely going to be banned soon. But Zaner, back on that topic, was also supported by the Clown's Justice. This is about last week. The Clown's Justice joined him in his fight against what was at the time just the CFA, and he also attempted to bring an entire other server in on the fight, who then quit because they couldn't combo with what they said was quote-unquote unbearable lag. Which, on that topic, we got a new server host, which I'd like to drop here, Craftlands Hosting. The owner, Madone, he is very responsive. He's helped me out a lot. And it's honestly really good. There were some issues with, the reason they're complaining about lag was there were some issues with the plan we were on. But we upgraded to suit the server we have at the moment much more, and it runs great. But back on the Eastern Mafia situation, after the whole NWA raid, he then attempted to raid Lopad, but was defeated by the Lopad group that was there, including Slack, who used the new rifles to one-shot Fingerlinger. Easton then hired Dankus to build a new city for him at Exo Island, but that was cut short when the Mafia got SMK to call for a vote to have Lopad Island leave Lopad, since he was the governor. There was a big battle there, since the vote turned out to be a one-on-one, so it was a split vote. The Lopad forces were defeated by the Mafia, but they were pushed out due to world crimes, which we will not mention. Dave and Fred both had a final stand at Lopad Island against Fingerlinger, Easton Burton, and Charles, who were invading. They fought until they died, but unfortunately were unsuccessful in defending the place. Easton then declared war on Lopad and Dankus, and the Peacekeepers and Mafia combined into what was called the Brotherhood. Easton was then combat banned, and then banned for having stream sniped on several occasions, including during the Battle of Lopad Island, and then admitted that Fingerlinger was SMK and was hacking during the battle, which was a huge revelation. SMK being the alt of Fingerlinger this whole time. It was crazy for all of us, but he has actually since rejoined Lopad and is seemingly doing great over there now. But in light of all that, the Brotherhood split up. The Mafia is gone. Easton was banned, and is still combat banned. But he then attempted to destroy Salam City before realizing what he was doing was terrible, stopping and turning himself in. In other news, we had our first server Olympics last weekend. It was a great turnout. It couldn't have went any better. We had archery, dueling, and a parkour thing. Next time we'll have a lot more. It was kind of rushed, but every team that won got a piece of netherite tools or armor. It was really fun. If you're not into the PvP oriented battle box events, definitely show up for the Olympics next time. You'll love it. In other news, if we go to the another sphere of influence in the world, in the Agrarian sphere, K-Dino made some very choice remarks about Islam and was threatened by ISIM and promptly kicked out of Aglaria for these comments. He made up with ISIM and they petitioned to get him back in Aglaria, and he is back in Aglaria now. Charlesonia's Poyu, a member of Charlesonia, very prominent member, has created the largest raid farm in server history. He has asked that we don't put pictures in this video for some reason, but it is insane. He has double chests on double chests full of totems over there. It's genuinely a sight to see. If you can ever see it, you have to ask him. Zevdi, the former lord of the CFA, who had won the election twice, hero of the Third Spawn War, has stated that he will be going inactive on the Minecraft side of the server for a while due to some situations that he does not want to make public. ISIM has began rebuilding Viridia. It looks really nice now. If you don't remember, during the war, there was a campaign made to change all the wood there to stone, but unfortunately that was somehow a rare resource, and so it was changed to netherrack instead. So it was kind of ugly for a really long time, but you can't even tell anymore. They've got it really nice over there, beautiful place. I mean, speaking of infrastructure, Lopad is doing great right now. Their cities are beautiful, really nice stuff going on over there. They're making really nice roads. It's really nice there. And the UFC, or what was the UFC at the time, now the CFA, has created a marketplace at spawn where you could purchase a plot and have a vending machine set up for you to sell whatever you want for however much you want. Now, we have a section for ISIM here, requested by Jar, where he wants you all to know that Poyu and Jar have created the Shura Council of ISIM and has organized the ministers. They do a vote for who would be the Caliph, and Poyu won that. And finally, that is all the news I have for you this time. Sorry we couldn't cover more as it was happening. But before we go, I'd like to thank each and every single one of our sponsors over on Patreon. For those of you who don't know, the Patreon will be in the description. Every bit of the profit goes towards the server. And I'm just going to list these off with the amount that they help support towards us. We have Chili, who is a $4 Charles Profit tier donator. We have Highface, who is a $10 Charles Soulchild donator. Slack, who is a $5 Charles Listener donator. Finger Linger, who is a $15 Charles's Child donator. Meme Man, who is a $1 supporter. Pedro, who is a $1 supporter. Mocha, or as we know him, Putmero, who donated $5 and is a Charles Listener supporter. Easton Burton, who is a $4 Charles Profit supporter. Lemon, who is a $20 Master supporter and our highest supporter. Paige, who is a $10 Charles Soulchild supporter. And Azriel, who is a $4 Charles Profit supporter. Thank you, all of you guys. I'm going to give a salute to you guys. You make the server run so much better. You make this possible so that we can actually keep this thing running. I couldn't do it on my own.